Shalom, giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect. Another episode going into news and prophecy, linking the things that are happening worldwide to the Holy Scriptures. All right, to show the faithful remnant, the elect, that the words of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai are faithful and true. All right, also condemnation to the heathen nations, beginning with Esau, Edom, as well as those who are joined unto him to establish their new world order. All right, and also condemnation to 2/3 of our people, all right, who aren't going to repent, all right, who are natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, all right, taken by the wiles of the devil, all right, synonymously the elect are putting on, the faith for a helmet, all right, to block the fiery darts of Satan here in these latter days. So I just wanted to get into some articles that I had. We're just going to get through them. We're going to get some scriptures, and hopefully you can be edified as the scriptures say. None of these scriptures, none of these prophecies, all right, that are written and spoken through the mouth of the Most High God, Yahweh, through Yahweh Shai, through the holy prophets, will go out void. Okay, so everything that's happening around you can be in some shape, form, or fashion tied to biblical prophecy. Now, this happened last week, and I wanted to speak on it, and I'm not going to take too much time on it, but you see here, last week, okay, the founder of Cash App was stabbed and killed in San Francisco. Okay, now we know that Cash App was a way to make payments. You could also trade in Bitcoin and things of that sort, which we know the powers that be are creating a system where all of that is going to go through this one particular new system dealing with the Fed now, okay, which that will act as a Cash App, and everything will be funneled through this Fed now system, all right, and ultimately you will pay, all right, Amazon, just like PayPal. So PayPal and all of these various, Venmo, and there's a few others that people use to make payments, to transfer money. All right. Well, they're going to do away with all of those and bring them into this new system, all right, called Fed Now. All right. Now, I thought that this was interesting, all right, as, I mean, nothing should be a coincidence to you in these times. All of these, meat factories burning down, all of these oil spills, all of these toxins wasted, which there was another, toxic spill over in the area of Ohio recently. Okay, everywhere you look, you're just seeing all of these trends. Okay, and now the founder of Cash App was killed. So look in the future for Cash App to eventually be disbanded as they move into this new digital age, all right, where the Fed now will be issued, all right, and they say that's supposed to come sometime in July, and we'll get a little bit on that, but let's listen to this.
The shocking and unsolved murder of Bob Lee, the tech titan who was stabbed to death Tuesday in San Francisco, has rattled the city and those who loved him.
Absolute shocking devastation.
We're aiming to lift the entire world into a new era of financial freedom.
Best known for creating Cash App, a mobile payment service, police say Lee was attacked not far from the Bay Bridge at 2:35 a.m. Tuesday. The area, thought to be a safe part of the city, is dotted with surveillance cameras. Before collapsing on a sidewalk, Lee screamed for help on his phone, saying, "Someone stabbed me," according to surveillance footage and records reviewed by the San Francisco Standard. NBC News.
And if he's not in a bunker somewhere, okay, which, they do a lot of character assassinations, because a lot of these elites and a lot of these, Edomites are fleeing into bunkers, and then they put the story out that they're dead, but we don't know, all right? Either if he's really dead, this is definitely a hit, because we know ultimately what they're planning on doing. As a matter of fact, let me bring this. It's off of to through an information. This is called They Are Moving Fast. All right. And this is one of my pages. Subscribe. I post a lot of clips, you know, and it lives up to its name. It's to through an information. Now, this is some information from that page.
Goodbye Zelle, goodbye PayPal, goodbye Venmo. Every app that you have on your phone that is a payment processor, say goodbye. And welcome to FedNow. FedNow should be launching in July 1st or so, and that's going to be the new payment processor. It's supposed to be able to transfer payments 365, 7 days a week, 24/7. Now, it's all fun, nice and dandy or whatever, but here is the problem. This is where things get bad, right? We're also accustomed to quick, fast, and in a hurry. We want it right now. Now, that's what they're promoting. But here's the big issue. FedNow will be the funnel that all money gets cycled through. It will go from your bank to FedNow to wherever you're trying to send the money to. So, for instance, if you're trying to buy something from Instacart or anything you're buying online, Amazon, it's going to go from your bank to FedNow to Amazon, Walmart, wherever it is you're going to. Now, this is a problem. This is a major problem because now the federal government has full access to your bank account. And not just that, in the fine print, it says that the FedNow is programmable. Now, those of you guys that don't understand what programmable means, let me break this down to you. If, for an example, if let's say we happen to have a pandemic or whatever it is, and they decide, hey, only essential workers are able to go to work. If they know that you're not an essential worker, they can shut down your FedNow card to where, hey, you will not be able to get gas, you will not be able to use that credit card nowhere because you're not supposed to be out. Now, let me give you another example. Let's say you want to go and you want to buy ammo, and you go over to Ammo Bros or Turner's or whatever the case is, and you say, hey, I want to buy 300 rounds of 9mm. You go, you give them your card, denied. You cannot purchase ammo. Why? The federal government doesn't want you to purchase any ammo. That's how FedNow will work. They will have full control and full access to turn on and off your bank account. Now, when this stuff pops up on your phone as an update, make sure that you guys do not comply with this. Do not accept. Read what you're accepting before you accept it. Every banking system, major banking system will have this starting July 1st. Now, this is more so an introduction of the CBDC.
All right, which is the central bank digital currency. All right. And synonymously with this, you have this situation that happened because they're going cashless. The writing's on the wall. Okay, and the U.S. dollar is, you know, it's being abandoned. All right, but it's so strong. All right, it's going to take a catastrophic event for the dollar to be decimated, and that's what's coming. Some sort of crazy event that will crash it. Check this out.
Big story on Action News this noon is developing right now. $100,000 worth of dimes was stolen from a tractor trailer in Northeast Philadelphia.
Somebody stole $1 million worth of dimes, and we know that they're moving cashless. But remember, there was a silver coin shortage. Like, where did the coins go? How's there a shortage?
Chopper 6 here shows all those dimes there. You see them scattered across a parking lot. This is at Philadelphia Mills, just off of Woodhaven Road. Now, police sources say the parked trailer was filled with about $750,000 in dimes when this break-in happened overnight.
Action News reporter Maggie Kent is live there on the scene with the latest from investigators. Maggie.
Sarah and John, this is incredible when you think about the magnitude, the amount of money that we're talking about, and the amount of dimes that means. Police are estimating about $100,000 was stolen. That means about 1 million dimes was taken from this trailer that's parked between Walmart and
So it's not $1 million worth of dimes, Salakia, 1 million dimes.
Mavis Discount Tire and Lomax Carpet and Tile Mart. It's in the Philadelphia Mills Shopping Center. Chopper 6 was overhead this morning. The sparkling, shining pile of dimes spilling out of that parked trailer in the parking lot just off the mall. The cargo was loaded up at the Philadelphia.
Salakia.
The Lomax Carpet and Tile Mart. It's in the Philadelphia Mills Shopping Center. Chopper 6 was overhead this morning. The sparkling, shining pile of dimes spilling out of that parked trailer in the park.
So you can see here, you know, all of these particular situations that are happening, it's all mischief at the end of the day. All right, this guy being put to death. Okay, they're getting the middlemen out of the way. All right, they're preparing you for the system that John the Revelator saw. All right, in the book of Revelation. All right, the 13th chapter, where he's going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. All right, to receive a charagma. Okay. So that you're not going to be able to buy and sell unless you have that. Okay, so be on the lookout for the FedNow again, we will be able to, use the digital money for a while, but we know at some point they're going to institute, an unrighteous decree that there are necessary steps and things that you're going to have to do in order to do that. And that's when we're going to have to separate from this system. All right. It's going to be a play on the flesh. All right. So moving along. All right. As we are living in perilous times. Okay. Evil times, dark, demonic times. Okay. Disney has a new show that focuses on a 13-year-old girl having sex with Satan. And this just shows you the depravity of the times we're in. Again, the scriptures in the book of Timothy, all right, talks about the difficult times that were going to come upon the planet Earth and how things would get significantly more and more evil. Okay? 2 Timothy 3:1, this I know that in the last days perilous times shall come. Okay? And when you look up that term perilous, these are dangerous times, man. All right? And clearly the biblical Edomites are pushing the vibration of Satan in the planet Earth. Things are getting significantly more dark, significantly more evil. All right, let's get the book of Second Edges, the 4th chapter. Okay, things are crazy. Okay, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. And we're witnessing that even amongst Israel. You have men blaspheming. You have false accusers, truce breakers who don't have natural affection, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure, all right, more than lovers of God. These are the times we're living in. In 2nd Edges, the 4th chapter, starting at the 29th verse, 28, it says, but as concerning the things that wherefore thou ask me, I will tell thee that evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where evil is sown pass not away, which evil is sown through Babylon, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So these dark, demonic, evil, proud, all right, wicked times have to happen. It has to be rooted in the earth, all right, and built up to its pinnacle to where their iniquities are fulfilled, as it says in the book of 2nd Edges, the 15th chapter, before the Lord ends it. See, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness had it brought up into this time, because with Adam falling off, the sons of God fall off, and we're not in our first estate. We're not in our position as rulers, as the kings and priests of this earth. So therefore, that has allowed heathen to rule. You see? And how much ungodliness had it brought up unto this time. And that was at the time when Ezra was on the earth. Okay? The Persian, the Persian Empire. And how much shall it yet bring forth unto the time of threshing come? And we're living, all right, where the words have been given unto the prophets to prophesy of the threshing to come. Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed hath brought forth. So the grain of evil and, the sons of God falling from their order has led to this earth being ran by heathen. Okay. So more evil is going to come, and we're living in the time of more evil, but it's going to get worse. Okay. Again, there is a new show where Disney focuses on a teen girl having sex with Satan. How much more wicked and low can it get? Disney has moved deeply and quickly to change its products, which for decades were entertainment for children, to indoctrinate the alphabet ideology. And this is what's happening. They're openly coming after the children. Okay? This is the culture that is described in Wisdom of Solomon 12, where the Canaanites had control of the Holy Land. Now it's the Amalekites. And Wisdom of Solomon 14, which gives you the results of idol worship. Children are then attacked. Okay? And that's a sacrifice to their God to pollute children, to either sacrifice them or to pollute them. All right, is ultimately in obedience to Satan. Okay, it has built new storylines, and all of these cartoons now are filled with filth. You remember the Thundercats, He-Man, the Transformers. Okay, Fred Flintstone, the Jetsons, the stuff we grew up on. Okay, it had its folly, but it wasn't all right implanted with the absolute evil and wickedness that we seeing being pushed upon the children openly today. Okay, we're living in a time of pride, man, and they're no longer hiding what they're all about, because as they get closer and closer to establishing their NWO, they have to openly show their alliance to Satan. Again, what does the scripture say in 2 Thessalonians 2:12? He who's coming is after the working of Satan. This is one of those works. What more do you need to see? Okay? And we know that Disney, when you look in the logo, there's hidden the 666. So this is the man of sin that John the Revelator saw, all right, ruling in his evil and wickedness in the earth, man. Ever since the Renaissance period, he has rebirthed Rome into the earth and has spread evil throughout the four corners of the earth, which is going to lead to his demise, man. Okay? So it has built new storylines around alphabet characters. Okay? Remember the superheroes were masculine, swole, buff, big, manly. Well, now, okay, the leadership and the heroes are alphabet. Hey, with a cape on. Okay? Now it's taken an even bigger step. Its new programming on Disney will feature a teen who falls in love with the devil. Now you had that demon, what's his name? Little Nas X, pretty much twerking on Satan in one of his music videos. So it's getting dark, man. That's how you know we getting ready to get the hell up out of here, man. According to the report in Deadline, the programming is a German original by the same creator who gave the world how to sell drugs online fast. And if you see drugs, weapons, or everything is just being given to the people freely, wickedness, sin. Okay, so this is your call as an Israelite to detach from this world and the plans of it. Okay, with school stress, all right, the crisis of the climate and the downfall of society weighing heavily on her mind, something she doesn't need at all right now is catching feelings, especially for her one night stand, Lucas, who, as it turns out, is the devil himself, Lucifer. The report explained. Okay, so this is absolute madness. In 2022, Disney was unleashing a cartoon featuring a little girl as the anti-Messiah. So this is where we are. Okay? This is wickedness, man. There is no more putting this off. Your dad is the devil and you're the anti-Messiah. The cartoon mom tells her daughter, all right, about 13, and that letter 13, or that number 13, Salakia, is synonymous with the left hand, the elite, the occult. It says the adult programming is called Little Demon, and one of the actors who provide voicing expressed approval that normalizes what? Paganism. All right, so we're witnessing a wicked religion being established in the planet Earth. Okay, along with this digital age they're bringing about the worship of Satan openly, which is why everything is so backwards. It opens with news reports that sky over a school has been torn open. Mom drops your dad. The devil bombshell on the little girl, which she responds kind. You go here. Disney continued down its path of destruction, releasing a new cartoon entitled Little Demon. and it's just as bad as it sounds. The series features demonic witchcraft, pagan rituals, gratuitous blood, gore, nudity, and judging by the trailer included here, but not recommended, can easily be considered, all right, pornographic by definition. So synonymously, we're seeing the Bible being banned. All right, we're seeing righteousness being turned into evil, as the scriptures say, woe unto him who call evil good and good evil. That's the world we're living in. And if you stand for righteousness, you make yourself a prey. Okay, synonymously, evil is being called good right in our face. A teenager having sex with Satan, what type of crap is that? Anyway, moving right along, as we said, we're just going to go through these articles. All right. Gaza militants launched barrage of rockets into Israel as Passover began. So when those small hats had their Passover, okay, rockets were shot, all right, over into Israel, man. Okay, which again proves that these are not the people. On your Passover, a rocket is shot. War is happening. You're having protests over there, which is a lot of propaganda going over there. A lot of propaganda that is happening is for the purpose of order out of chaos. All right, just keeping your mind occupied with these left-hand false events that eventually, okay, while you're looking over here, they're doing this over here. All right, it's all manner of witchcraft being forwarded. But how in the hell is there rockets being launched into Israel on their Passover in what they call the return of the true Israelites being brought back to the Holy Land? That doesn't make sense. Militants in Gaza, okay, fired 7 rockets into Israel early Thursday morning as the nation's population began celebrating Passover. Now, the scriptures describe and tell you that what? That the nations, once the kingdom is established, ain't going to learn war anymore. Let's get that. So how in the hell is it that on your Passover, rockets are shot and there's war, which even the day that the state of Israel was established, that night, okay, I believe Egypt shot missiles over into the land of Israel. What more do we need to see that the Heavenly Father has not returned his people to that land yet? Okay? Because again, Isaiah 24 and 2 and 4 says, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Okay? And the scriptures talked about how we're going to dwell in safety when we're in that land. Let's get that. So the nations are going to, and it talks about how we're going to bury the weapons. So how in the hell is it that somehow with the true people being in that land, let's see here, that there's war happening? Let's see, what am I thinking of? Peace is promised unto us when we get into that land. Let's see here. Let's see. Deuteronomy 33 and 28. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be open upon a land of corn and wine. Also the heavens shall drop down dew. This is when we get our blessing. Okay? This is when we get the blessing, all right, with the law, statutes, and commandments written in our inward part and return to our land. The scriptures describe a city of peace. We're going to dwell safely. See, happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thine excellency. And thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. So our enemies are being found liars, as the scriptures say in the book of Second Esdras, the 6th chapter. Let's get it. In 28, as for faith it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared. Okay, and this is why the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath, because they're being outed. They're being what? Put to an open shame. Okay, the testimony of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is overcoming the lies, okay, that these devils have spread throughout the four corners of the earth. And the proof is in the pudding. We don't even have to read no more. Okay? According to Fox News, the Israeli military says 7 rockets exploded in midair. Tensions remain high in the country as the Muslim holy month of Ramadan continues, while the Ish Passover, and when I say Ish, I'm speaking of this, which they're back to striking videos hardcore. So, hey, again, the famine of the word is coming. But while their Passover began, missiles went off. Okay, again, this is a form of our enemies being found liars. This doesn't even make sense. And then their Air Force struck back. So how are the true people over in that land, and you being over there, fulfillment of biblical prophecy of the true people going to that land, if there's war still going on? It doesn't make sense, man. All right, moving right along. Okay. Francis Macron, okay, the French president, Emmanuel Macron, urges Europe to reduce dependency on U.S. and stay away from Taiwan conflict. So there you go. Okay, the prophecy of the beast hating the whore continues as Europe is being urged to reduce dependency on U.S. Now, when you get Revelation, the 17th chapter, okay, Revelation, the 17th chapter, we know that these different countries who are a part of the beast system, the EU, all right, and NATO have given, all right, their power to the beast system for the purpose of Babylon the Great. But we're living in a time, as the scriptures say, all right, where a lot of these treaties and agreements are being broken. Okay, and you're seeing a large influx of nations who were once allies with America, all right, turning towards Russia, trying to jump into these different alternative currencies that are coming to get around the dollar, which we know that it's the elites playing these games, but what is going to lead to war? Okay. Now, this is Revelation 17 and 16 in the 10 horns, all right, which the EU started out as 10 nations. But again, Esau has the fatness of the earth, so now it's spread to about 28. Okay. But the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, all right, the European Union, these shall hate the whore, all right, and we're seeing that with these sanctions that, these U.S.-led sanctions that have been put on Russia. It's pretty much causing the economies of these European nations to collapse. You got what's going on over there in Ukraine. It's leading to many of these European nations pretty much have an evil eye towards America. So the beast shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God hath put it in their minds to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, and to the words of the Lord shall be fulfilled. So all of these nations have agreed, okay, to put all their eggs in a basket of this beast system. Okay. But now we're living in a time, as we always show you, okay, that these European nations are calling to reduce dependency on Babylon, and they're tired of the different conflicts that Babylon the Great is leading them to. As the scriptures say, travel not with a bold fellow, or America, as it says in the book of Daniel, the 25th chapter, or Daniel 7, and around the 20th, 20 to 25th verse, it says that America, Babylon, great, all right, would have a proud spirit on them. All right, they would be more stout than their fellows. Okay, and we see that stoutness in their pride and boasting. All right, and for years, the European Union has been, hounded by U.S. presidents, all right, to put more money into the pot. All right, not to do business with this different European nation. All right, not to do business with Russia. All right, not to do this, not to do that. Get involved in conflicts that will eventually, mess up deals that they have. So we're living in a time where the prophecy here in the book of Obadiah, okay, again, we're just going in the news and prophecy, okay? The book of Obadiah, verse 7 and 6, it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And that's through the prophets, man. Okay, and he's being exposed. Everywhere you look, he's being caught left and right. Okay, and it's to the point now where he's just coming out with the fact, yeah, I am a pedo. Yeah, I do worship Satan. Yeah, I am a demon. Yeah, I am an anti-Messiah, which is not one anti-Messiah, but this whole system exudes the vibration of anti-Messiah. Okay? So Esau's being searched out. We're in the times that the Lord said he was going to bring an inquisition against the wicked. Okay? And through prophecy, you should be able to well see who the wicked are. Okay? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread, those who are aligned with that U.S. dollar, have laid a wound under thee. So Babylon is getting set up. There is none understanding in him. Okay? Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? So that's happening. You Edomites are in a very, very tricky position. You're in slippery places, as it describes in the book of Psalms, the 73rd chapter. See, and when you come into the congregation of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you understand the end of these devils. Okay? So Esau's through. And those who eat his bread are laying a wound under him. All right. When you look at a lot of the BRICS nations and a lot of these things that are happening, it's all right for the power that America once had to wane. As you see here, a U.S. ally in Saudi Arabia, all right, welcomes Russian Navy, all right, frigate. Okay. So a U.S. ally, again, is doing business with Russia and welcoming Big Brother Russia, Gog and Magog, into the scene, doing deals and working with them. Okay? Which, again, America's allies are waning. America is being isolated for destruction. Okay? According to a statement released by Russia's Western Military District, the two vessels made a working visit to the port in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. Okay? It says during their stay, the ships will replenish their fuel, drinking water, and food supplies, Russian military officials added. The frigate, which can carry state-of-the-art hypersonic missiles, and the accompanying medium sea tanker began their voyage of January last year. So why would a U.S. ally, all right, stop to be fueled up and taken care of by Russia? Because things are changing. Okay? Look, another slap in the face of the U.S. The woke West is sinking faster than a rusty U.S. warship full of holes. Best wishes, Russia from New Zealand. Everybody's cursing out America. All right? It's evident to see empires collapsing when you witness two useless, stupid candidates for its leadership like Trump and Biden, all right, at each other's heads. And yeah, America's done. All right, let's go to 2 through real quick. Where, let's see here. Look at this crap. This is your beloved America. A big, gigantic Easter bunny. Come on, man. It's a goddamn shame. This is why nobody takes America serious anymore. You sit up here with a big, gigantic Easter bunny in the White House where this alphabet woman, Karine Jean-Pierre, all right, most likely a Levite, all right, the Jake woman is the spokesman, always stumbling over her words. Completely, America's through. America's through, man, and they're shoving this paganism down your throat as well, because Easter is synonymous with paganism, and brothers did various videos on that. We always do videos going into that.
Where's the chop? Oh, you want a question? Where's the chop? There's the question. That's it. Thank you. Thank you very much. You got it. Let's see if we can
This shit.
There you go. That's so nice.
All right, hop on out of here. Hop on out of here.
A complete the debacle, man. Ecclesiastes 10:5. There's an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Why is all of this wickedness happening? Because of the rulers. Again, this is why we say the earth needs new management. You think at the seat of authority in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to have big, gigantic Easter bunnies and bunnies hopping up and down? This place got to be destroyed. This is an error which proceeds from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and a rich sit in low place. All right, like the transformer people, them being the number one agenda to protect those people and exalt them. Okay, here it is. I think it was Bud Light put a transformer on their can. All right, but they didn't. Do you realize your audience and your who's buying your product or straight males with big stomachs? They don't want to see that shit. So what you've seen is now they're losing money. They're losing billions of dollars over the year. Nobody's buying it. The word for folly is sakal, folly. All right? Silliness. This is silly. Everywhere you look, you're seeing debates between men and women over or who can be a woman. Can a man have babies? All right? People are advocating for children to be snipped and changed. Be given blockers of puberty. This is madness. Folly. Let's go to the root word. Sakal. To be foolish, to be made foolish, to turn into foolishness, to act or do foolish. And everywhere we look, we're seeing foolishness. We're seeing folly set in great dignity. Okay? And you could go to this page and it gives you, all right, multiple examples of that, man. Okay, again, a dog funeral. fake booty. This place is through, and this is why the nations are cursing America out.
It's disrespectful how Americans can cross oceans all the way from America, come to Africa and bring a speech of democracy. How about you take that same speech and keep it to the Americans and give them freedom of speech instead of canceling TikTok? How about you take that same speech and take it to Britain, where people are fighting for a living wage? How about you take that same speech and keep it in France, where people are fighting for age limit, retirement age? You think we are stupid? Oh, Miss Harrison, Miss Vice President, how about you take that same speech and take it back to America, where you have to fight the Jim Crow law? You're a black person after all, it affects you.
Yeah. Kamala Harris is over in Africa, flew a plane over there to tell Uganda they need to accept the alphabet agenda because they're against it. Complete madness, and the nations are tired of this shit, man. Okay?
And I entered into Meta Horizon Venues, which is a lobby area of a venue space. And as you said, within 60 seconds of being in the space, I had 3 male avatars with male voices surrounding me, verbally harassing me, sexually harassing me, and touching my avatar inappropriately, with the 4th avatar taking photos and continuing to verbally and sexually harass me. I yelled, "Stop, stop, please stop it," and they didn't.
Sexually harassed in the metaverse. Again, let's read it again. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. Who are the rich? Those who have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I have seen servants upon horses, and who's that servant on a horse? Esau, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. And who is those princes walking as servants upon the earth? You Israelites. The Lord said he is able to take the chief people of the earth and make them to wander about in the wilderness where there is no way. But that's just about to be reversed, man. Okay? He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh a hedge, a serpent shall bite him. Okay? And this is why we're falling up under the hedge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because we're living in perilous times, man. Things are getting absolutely dark. Okay? And war is coming. Civil unrest is coming. Okay, you got the American troops are even cursing this place out.
I was a nuclear, biological, chemical specialist for a war that didn't have any weapons of mass destruction. So I deserted. I'm one of 40,000 people that left the United States Armed Forces because this is a lie.
No amount of medals, ribbons, or flags can cover the amount of human suffering caused by these wars. We don't want this garbage. We want our human rights. We want our right to heal.
I went to Iraq and Afghanistan, and when they gave me these medals, I knew they were meaningless. I only regret.
So, yeah, people are tired of this place, man. Okay? And synonymously, the Biden administration and the powers that be are pushing forward, all right, with their agendas, man. Okay? Bears with blood clots. It says Biden administration proposes water rationing to save the Colorado River. So you're going to see water rationing start to be proposed. These laws are going to eventually be passed to where the people in cities are going to be told that you can only use water at this time of the day. Okay, you can only take one shower every 2 to 3 days. These are the things that's coming. Okay? And why is all of these mishaps happening? Because of a wicked rulership, man. And there's no such thing as running out of water. You're hearing this agenda now where the earth is running short on water. I had this one video as well that spoke to that. It's a farce, man. And they're going to use these agendas to be able to promote their wickedness, man. This ain't it. Let me go up here.
So a lot of people are asking me for examples of primary water because they were never taught it. Reason being is our educational system was taken over by the Rockefellers in the 1900s, and then the media was taken over by Operation Mockingbird in the 1960s.
So folly has been spread. Lies have been spread. Pseudoscience has been spread to subvert the minds of the people. Okay? To where they don't know left from right, right from wrong. Just like in Nineveh. Let's get that real quick. Jonah, I believe the 4th chapter. Yeah, Jonah, the 4th chapter. Yeah, because this is the modern day Nineveh. Jonah 4:11. And should not I spare Nineveh, that great city, wherein there are more than 60,000 persons that cannot discern between their right hand and their left hand, and also much cattle? So the people were stupid. Why? Because they were mad upon idols. Okay, they couldn't discern between their right hand or their left hand. And this is the society we live amongst now. All right. But Nineveh has more than 120,000 people living in spiritual darkness. And this is that modern day Nineveh where spiritual darkness is at the forefront of everybody's mind. People really believe in a water shortage.
So both systems do not teach about primary water, which is right here. This is the combination of hydrogen and oxygen coming in from inside the earth at a volcanic pressure to create brand new water, living water. Water that does not contain fluoride, that does not contain arsenic, that does not have pharmaceuticals or drugs or anything inside of it. It's pure. And that's why back in the day when they were going into mines and they were trying to mine, for example, copper or gold or silver, whatever it may be, these mines would actually flood out. They would have to get pumps to try to pump out the water because the water was just coming in through the walls because there's so much water underneath us. But the media will always try to put the fear that we are running out of water. They start putting all this drought stuff and that we're running out of water. And then now, because we are running out of water, supposedly because we are supposedly using it all up, they're trying to usher in, for example, water police, water taxes, and all these water basically restrictions so that you can't grow your own food, you can't water your lawn, you can't wash your car. So it's important to be aware of primary water, the water you have never been taught about, at the primarywaterinstitute.org, so that you can remove the fear and never live in the fear that we are actually running out of water.
Right. We're not even actually running out of resources and food. There's plenty of it, but they're hoarding it all to themselves in preparation to enter you into the system to where they will control all of these things. Okay, but because of the Colorado River, everywhere you look, the rivers are jacked up, the air is jacked up, the education is jacked up. It's just complete chaos in this world. This is a chaotic environment. Okay, a lot of crazy judgments going out. Family wants answers after man eaten alive by bed bugs in county jail, attorney said. Now, if you get eaten alive by bed bugs, all right, and look at the condition of this jail. How do you get eaten alive by bed bugs? These are what the Lord put spirits on those beds. They were spirits created for vengeance. Eaten alive by bed bugs? Absolutely crazy. See if we can get a little bit of that. It said he was housed and what was not fit for a diseased animal. And look at this place. Look at these jails. See if we can pull this up.
News First starts now.
You would not wish it on anyone. A family says a man was found dead, covered in bugs.
This nigga.
Inside his Fulton County jail cell. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Rick Fulbaum. And tonight, new at 6, his attorney argues he got no medical help leading up to his death. Just look at where LaShawn Thompson was allegedly sleeping.
You know that's a Jake.
Cell in the jail's psychiatric wing. And we're told that LaShawn Thompson suffered from mental health issues.
Atlanta News First reporter Zach Summers live at the Fulton County. And there, Zach, you just learned from Thompson's attorney, those images are disturbing.
And nothing's going to be done about it. Again, this is where he opened not the houses of his prisoners. In the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter. We ain't got to listen to too much more, but if you're eaten alive by bed bugs, then goodness gracious. And all over the world, you're seeing these crazy deaths. You're seeing the love of many wax cold. Aspiring rapper shot his mother, brother, and sister before making music video. Okay? It's not that the atmosphere, okay, that the scriptures prescribed, okay, before Yahweh's return. Okay? Matthew 24:11, and many false prophets shall arise and deceive many, and that's happening too. And because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. And again, this word cold is psycho. Niggas are going psycho. Edomites, all of them, everybody's losing their damn mind because we're living in a spiritually depraved society. This is the result of a society predicated upon, all right, Satan, fearing Satan and doing as you will. No order. Psycho. The music is demonic. The food is all jacked up, putting spirits on people. Is the pharmaceuticals, the medicines are all jacked up. Okay, so people are trying to switch, to eating more healthy food. Well, now they're putting the medicines in the foods. This is causing people to lose their mind. The culture, the entertainment is driving people crazy, psycho. A waning of love we're witnessing a waning of love, and there's various stories. This is just one of many. Men losing their damn minds, killing themselves, their families before they do it, record it on Facebook. Women offing their children. Okay? 6-year-olds shooting parents and teachers. Oh, man. This is the type of stuff that's happening. He shot his mother, brother, and sister before making his music video. Okay? And this is that generation. Let's get the book of Proverbs. Okay? This is that final generation, man. Yeah, 30, Salakia. Proverbs 30:12. There is a generation that are pure in their own eyes. Okay, boasters, heady, high-minded, and yet is not washed from their filthiness. Okay, and all of the rappers that promote these crazy-ass lifestyles, them niggas are just regular when you go into their lives. But they're paid off by the powers that be to promote this demonry, this demonic mindset and behavior. Okay, and now they want to, when they get older, they want to tell the youth, oh man, this and that. And nah, you promoted all that shit. But this is that generation that are pure in their own eyes, yet is not washed from their filthiness. There's a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyelids, and their eyelids lifted up. Pride. Okay? And again, who's at the forefront of this? Who's the root of the problem? Esau, the one who took peace from the earth. All right? That people should start killing one another. Okay? All of these weapons. There's a generation whose teeth are as swords, okay, and their jaw teeth as knives to devour the poor from off the earth and the needy from among men. And this is what our people have been programmed to be. This is that wicked generation. But the scriptures say what? Horrible is the end of that wicked generation. And this is the end of it. This is the last time we're going to have to witness this garbage. As a matter of fact, on this page as well, check this out. This is what this generation is doing.
I'm telling you, this is standard. Mums are getting punched up by their children in the house. Mums, every single day. This is the new thing now. A lot of mums are getting beaten up by their sons and daughters in the house. Give me money to go out or I'm going to punch you in the face.
The moms are getting beat up by their sons and daughters. Where's the fathers? This is the result of following the serpent. Look what it has led to.
So the point that I'm saying is, when we're talking about domestic violence, men against women, women against men, the domestic violence that no one's talking about is the children beating their parents.
Wow. Ephesians 6:2-3. Honor, all right, thy father and mother, which is the first commandment, with promise that it may be well with thee and thou may live long on the earth. So you're seeing a lot of this judgment, all right, because of the pride and the wickedness that's being spread throughout the earth, man. Okay, this place is rotting away. Okay, and synonymously, nothing but pride is being spread. This place is through. Okay, floods everywhere, judgments going out. This is crazy, man. Mother of 6-year-old boy who shot his teacher turns herself in. Look at this shit. Feds will not persecute woman who beat Shaniqua Robinson to death in Mexico and recorded it. Why? Check this out. Give me 1 second, Salakia. Yeah, they went down to Mexico for some reason, and she got beat to death on camera, but I guess they're not going to charge her. This place is through. Give me 1 second. Through. Absolutely through. Look at this. Now, you would think this was a woman if you saw it, right? Well, nah. All right, but he was killed outside of his apartment, knew to kill her. All kind of wickedness going on. Okay? You don't even want to look at that shit. This is where we are, though. Okay? Let's get some more articles, though. But I wanted to show this as well. This is a trend. Jamie Foxx rushed to hospital after suffering a stroke. Wonder what that's all about. That's another trend. Just people with strokes, people dropping dead after a certain something, was introduced into the earth. But I hold my peace. This is a Esau. All white men should have a black slave. Tory politician investigated over racist audio clip. So these Edomites is getting ready to show their horns, man. Okay? All white men, and they're pushing, that racial tension. Let's see if we can find this on YouTube. 1 second. See if we can find this on YouTube. Oh, man. Esau go show his horns. It's going to be too late for you, Jakes. We've been trying to tell you.
Controversy has become a middle name for the UK's Conservative Party. From time to time, the members and leaders of the party have found themselves around controversy. Well, this time, the allegation is quite serious, as a Tory politician allegedly said that all white men should have a black man as a slave. Well, allegations on Tory member Andrew Edwards emerged after an audio recording appeared online and was identified as his voice. The Conservative Party has confirmed that it is investigating the allegations and that Edwards has not yet been suspended, but the councillor has stepped down from his position due to the investigation. Well, in this alleged recording, the Tory councillor also revered the black community as lower class than the white people. A black rights group has criticised the recording while adding that the incident is shocking to hear from anyone in today's age. Meanwhile, Edwards said it would be inappropriate for him to comment on this matter. Well, for more, let's get our guest in now for more details and opinion. It's Adam Schwartz here, writer and political commentator, joining us live from London.
And Esau's in the right spirit. That's what they're supposed to want. Okay? That's what they're supposed to want, man. Okay? Let's get a few more things. All right, anti-aging pills to hit shelves in 2028. Again, as the scriptures talks about the proud things the horn would speak. You know, anti-aging pills. All right, which there's particular herbs you can take for anti-aging. All right, not that it's gonna stop your age from going, but you know, less wrinkles, your skin looks better, you feel better. Okay, but this is what this devil is boasting in, being able to bring about immortality and eternal life via his miracles, and it's gonna deceive a lot of people. And you know, these people are vain, so they can't wait for this to happen. All you got to do is take care of yourself and take the proper herbs faithfully, though, with prayer. Okay? But they're coming with anti-aging pills. All right? A pill that can help people reverse the effects of aging. Come on, man. Oh, man. And they have 20 to 30 companies developing this. But we know it's going to go even further. Okay? Small businesses are now filing for bankruptcy at a record pace. Okay? Small businesses across the United States are experiencing a surge in bankruptcies, surpassing levels not seen since 2020. All right? And those shutdowns eventually caught up to them, and eventually it's going to be more. Okay, and things are going to get harder for these small businesses, man. Okay, in which they're not going to be able to sustain themselves through another lockdown now. These are the times we're living in. This is 2nd Edge 6 and 22. All right, because the verse before this speaks of the premature babies we're witnessing. All right. These pandemic babies that people were talking about, the babies that were born during the pandemic, they talking at 1 year old, children being born at 3 months and living. We're living in those times. All right. Which was a sign of disorder. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall be found empty. All right. You're going to go to Nipsey's to get your favorite wings, and it's going to be closed. Your Elamite restaurant is going to be closed. These are the times we're coming into, where the sown places where people are and things are, you know, packed, and business is going to be unsown. Okay? And the storehouses are going to be found empty. Okay? Walmart is shutting down many stores. Okay? Let's see if we can find that. Okay? Walmart is closing stores across Chicago, across the world. Okay?
It's kind of crazy. You don't hear things like Walmart closing. Walmart.
A shocker tonight for suburban shoppers. Walmart announcing it's closing 3 stores.
The stores to be closed are spread across the area from north to south in Lincolnwood, Plainfield, and Homewood. The Homewood announcement is being met with criticism from customers and the mayor.
Elizabeth Matthews is live outside that Homewood Walmart. Elizabeth.
That's right, guys. Shoppers are stunned to learn that their Walmart is set to close in just about a month. This one on South Halsted is normally open until 11 p.m. every single night, but now even their store hours are changing. Tonight's closing at 7.
Save money, live better. Just not in Homewood, Plainfield, or Lincolnwood.
This is a big hit to the community because, I mean, Walmart has great prices, honestly, so I can't believe a Walmart is closed.
But it's happening.
Ugh.
On South Halsted and Homewood will permanently close next month. The reason, Walmart says, because of poor performance record. It, quote, did not meet Walmart's financial expectations.
It's like they're trying to starve the black neighborhood or something. I don't know what's going on because it's always crowded. Every time you come up here, the lot is crowded until they close.
This is it's just interviewing all of these oppressed jakes.
So how are you not making money?
Homewood shoppers not buying Walmart's explanation.
Is it always busy?
It's always busy. It's always busy, yeah. Usually I be like, oh, let me hurry up and try to get in and get out. It's always busy. It's always busy, but they never had nothing.
If you weren't making money, you'd have been closed.
Homewood Village officials commenting on social media about the area's financial loss regarding the closure. Quote, the Walmart store has been one of Homewood's largest revenue-producing stores for years and services shoppers from various surrounding communities. The mayor says, quote, the village was surprised by this news and will work with the property owner to fit.
See, the sown places being unsown. Eventually, that's going to be closed, and that's going to be a center where they're going to transport people. All right, and you know what, Marshall Lizall. Stores closing in 2023. Yeah, it's still going to bring up Walmart, but it's various stores closing. Car rental places closing. Even Amazon Go stores are closing. Repeated shoplifting forces Washington Square to close stores. Dollar stores squeezing out grocery stores and leading to creation of food deserts, studies find. Shoplifting. So all of these different problems are bringing about, all right, that NWO, where you're not going to have access and things are going to be rationed out to you. Okay? And the Bible talks about that. Okay? So suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, that they shall be suddenly afraid. The prophecies, the prophets, okay, who are blowing the trumpet, and people are becoming afraid. People are starting to see something's wrong. And at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. All right. So we're seeing people fight one another. All right. Diseases are on the rise. STDs are on the rise. This morning after pill may help. What? Okay. I thought the morning after pill was to, in case, somebody leaked in the woman. But now they have STD prevention pills. Look, this is the worst case scenario, man. Oh, man, I don't even want to read that nastiness. So you deal with a woman and now they have the morning after pill to kill any STD that you can catch, because the STDs are so absolute, high in amount, man. Truck carrying 40K libs of toxic soil out of Ohio train derailment site crashes. So it gets the toxins out of the Ohio and then crashes. Okay? I mean, what more do we need to see, man? So I just wanted to get through those articles. We'll be back with more news and prophecies. Got some good stuff to go into, but I just had these articles, so I was like, let me bring them out. Hopefully I'll edify it on to the next. Shalom.